Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Jonesin 4 Show, your show that helps you live your life to the max, help you get that right mindset, that positive and abundant mindset, help you learn how to take your body to the next level, right? Your wellness. And today, well, we are really going to focus on your mindset. We have an amazing guest joining us today, all the way from across the pond. She is in the UK. She has gone through this incredible journey. And I have been so lucky, so blessed to get to know her and her story. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, I need to share this with all of you because she is amazing. Her story, her message is absolutely phenomenal. And I can't wait to have her chat with you and help you live your life to the max. So let me step out of my own way here and let me introduce my friend Amy Sinha to our show. Amy, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me, Spencer. It's been amazing. I can't believe it. So I'm here. You're over there. Zoom is such an incredible thing.
It's amazing how we can connect, right? From all across the world now, just to connect at the same time, have these conversations and bring our expertise, our energy to the world. It's so amazing.
I know, isn't it? Who would have thought this like about 2 years ago? Yeah.
Right?
Ah.
It's crazy. And yeah, when we were kids growing up, man, I never thought about, I sent a letter maybe across the world, but that was it. Maybe a phone call. I remember my brother went to Chile for an exchange thing in high school, and like I think we called him once in the whole year, and that was a big deal. And now we get a chat live like this on video. Incredible. So
I
many blessings, so many amazing things we could be grateful for in our life. Well, I could share your story, but it's never as good when someone else shares it. How about you? Share your story with us. How did you get to become this voiceover artist that you are now, overcoming these struggles that you had? And what were these struggles like? Let's share it all. Tell us about Amy.
Right. Okay, well, I think first thing I'll start off with was I've been a singer for basically all of my life, up until 2 years ago, where it wasn't really going the way that I wanted it to. I think in my mind as well, it was bringing me down a lot, and I was looking for other things to do. And my sister kind of threw the idea as voiceovers, and I never really knew what that was. And I think a lot of people still don't know what that is. And I kind of learned about it, did some research. I was like, yeah, no, I like this. So I kind of did a demo, put it out there, and I got some really good feedback. So I thought I would. I thought, yeah, no, and it was really good fun as well. I'm not going to lie, really, really good fun. So I thought I would, pursue that even more. And for those people who don't know what a voiceover artist actually is, it's the voice over your TV commercials when the actors are not speaking. It's the voices on the radio commercials. They're the animation voices, the game voices in the gaming industry, that you play on your PS3, PS4, whatever that you have in your house. Yeah. So that's what a voiceover artist actually does. And it's actually a very popular industry. So that's to educate you if you don't know what one does. I know. But yeah, so what happened was, how did I get to all of this? So when I was younger, I kind of suffered from a lot of disabilities. So I had cataracts when I was one, which left me almost blind. So my vision is quite bad, and I get painful eyes from time to time. And then when I was 4, I was diagnosed with a rare medical condition called sensory neuropathy type 2, which means that I can't feel hot or cold anywhere on my body except for my mouth, and I can't feel pain. So I don't know when I've hurt myself. I think I stepped on a plug once, which went right through my big toe, and it didn't heal. I know it didn't heal for a year,
Oh
so
my
that was quite
gosh.
bad. I know, but then also because of the disorder, I kind of developed what was kind of similar to osteoarthritis. And because this was back in the 80s, so the doctors didn't know what to do. So they said, yeah, they were just like, treat me like an old person, going, oh, just don't do any exercise. But before that, I was actually quite active. But because they said that, I kind of didn't do any exercise. And I think at 13, I almost ended up in a wheelchair because I just didn't move. And it was so painful to just walk or stand up was just so hard. And then because of that as well, because it affected my spine, it meant that I stopped growing at the age of 11, which
Oh
left me small. So
wow.
I
That's
know.
crazy. I mean, it's amazing how just one or two people's thoughts and training. They gave you the best guess that they could and how to pursue, but that how that changed your whole trajectory of your life from then.
Yeah. It
Wow.
did, and because you trust them, isn't it? Because you think that they know what they're talking about, which they probably they do for the main part. But I think it's safe to say that you have to use your own kind of thought process on that, and do whatever feels right for you. And you just can't trust 100% because they're all human like the rest of us. And I think that's one message that I would love to put across to anybody that's going through anything and they're trusting the doctor 100%. There's always that little part. I just wouldn't like trusting anyone. You just can't. You can only trust yourself 100%. Other than yourself, I really would urge people to just use your own mind.
get get second opinions, yeah, and trust yourself with it and just keep researching, keep opening up. And the 80s, they knew other stuff, or we know a lot more, I should say, nowadays than we did in the 80s. So that's growing a lot.
Yeah.
So you went from all these different medical conditions and now being in a wheelchair to stop growing as a teen. Now, how's that gotten you here? So you sang, right? I'm assuming you sang when you were in school and afterwards. So where does it go from there?
Yeah, so I've got two older sisters and they were musical as well. So my older sister pushed us, me and my other sister Millie, into a talent competition. And funnily enough, she didn't do it. I was like, all right, okay. So that was my first one. I know, that was my first start. And okay, I got put in the paper. I was 6 years old. I did get photographed for the paper only because there was a picture of me trying to reach the microphone, but the person before me was tall and I didn't know how to put the mic stand down. So in fairness, that was the only reason, but they kind of like put it as though dwarfed by the microphone, but it wasn't. It's because I couldn't put it down. But anyway, yeah, that was my first hint of fame in the paper. But yeah, then I went through that, and I used to do a lot of we used to do a lot of singing together as a trio, and then I went to college, which I don't know if you know Catherine Jenkins over there. I don't know if you know, she's a classical singer. So I was in the same year as Catherine Jenkins. It was in Starting College, I know. So she was like the classical one. There were other classical singers as well, but I was trained classically, but I preferred the more jazz aspect. So then they encouraged me because of that to audition for music college. And I didn't realize that you could make singing a profession other than being discovered and being a pop artist. So that was kind of the other avenue. So I got into music college in Leeds, and that was brilliant. It was amazing. Yeah, that's what took it seriously. And then from that, kind of went on to gig everywhere in the country, and I released my own album. I collaborated with a record label in New York, which is really cool. And then I got into country rock, and I put a few singles out as well. So yeah, that's very cool.
That's so cool. What a cool history and a way to transform your life and see where it went. You didn't let the disabilities, the hardships stop you from pursuing life and finding out what those passions are. And I don't know if you know this about me. So I'm a classically trained pianist. I went to
I didn't know
college.
that. I saw you. I played something, and I was thinking, hang on a minute. Yeah, no, I didn't know you were classically trained though. Oh gosh.
Yeah, so I went to school for music education. And teaching choir was my degree, but I was classically trained throughout all of it. It was my main instrument. God knows how many hours, hundreds and hundreds of hours at the piano. Singer as well, and have friends who I have friends who are voiceover artists. I have friends who are singers, opera singers, and all that. So I might not. Some other people listening might not know the people you're naming, but I do, and that's very, very cool. So so let's jump back to overcoming these obstacles you had. So I'm thinking myself as a kid. So if something were to happen to me as I'm growing up, right? I got injured or hurt myself, then okay, well, it stops me for a little bit, but I'm still going after these goals. I don't really, or not even goals. I'm just living life, right? I'm just going after it. I don't think about it too much. Did you ever have a point in your past where you were struggling, you're going, okay, I don't know what to do, I'm just blah, like I'm just here, or were you always just like, no, we're just gonna keep going?
You know what? No, I have to say, for the first probably 16 years of my life, I was just like, live going through the motions, not really living. I mean, I had a lot of good times, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't, I didn't feel like I kind of was looking, I was searching for purpose because there was so much going on. There's so much that I couldn't do that, I really wanted to do. And it was just to hold, and I had a lot of confidence issues. So it was, yeah, the first, I mean, all of my life has been a struggle. Right now, living day to day is a struggle, don't get me wrong, but the first 16 years of my life was extremely tough. Yeah.
So you had I mean, I can't believe it. 16 years of just going through the motions of, okay, this is life. Oh, we have the birthday, we have holidays or school, whatever. You're just going through the motions. And then what changed after the 16 years?
I'm going to call it a light bulb moment because I don't know. I
Okay.
really don't know because I think it happened. Certain things were happening in my family at that time, but I'm not sure it was through that. But when I turned 16, something just happened. We went on a family trip to Ireland just after that as well, and that was absolutely amazing. The Irish, they're just absolutely incredible, and I think because growing up in Wales, because I'm Indian, and there weren't that many Indian people in Wales, in the UK at that time. It's more multicultural now. I mean, there's just everyone of every type.
Right.
But so that again was hard. Another side to it that I don't really talk about much, but because I don't remember actually. So I remember a little bit, and then I have to rely on family members to go, actually, no, this is the way that it was. I was like, oh right, okay. Yeah. So that was quite difficult. But 16, yeah, I think I just wanted to do more. I think that was the first time I went out clubbing. I went to a club when I was 16. So and that was the first time I got male attention, because up until that point, because I was small, I never saw myself as being attracted to the opposite sex. But obviously, well, a female at 16, then you would be. But I mean, it was quite pretty. I never thought of myself as being pretty, I have to say that. So that's why I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting like all this male attention. And I think that kind of maybe it got a little perked me up just a little bit to go, okay, maybe there's something more that I could, maybe do and, just experience, I guess.
Yeah, you realize that you have value, you have worth, and while in different ways, and not saying that physical is all there is, but that's part of it, right? And knowing that you are beautiful and pretty and feeling that way inside and out is huge. So having that experience of having the attention of someone else go, oh, okay, someone else sees it in me. Now I could see it in myself too, and work on it even more, right? It starts that whole journey for you.
Well, it
So
does, especially when you're younger. Sorry to cut you off. When you're younger, it's kind of like a teenage thing, isn't it? Because that's what it's all about, when you go into school and you're mixing with people. So if you don't, like, I didn't have the self-confidence, and I know those people who struggle as teenagers who don't. So a little bit of that can really boost up your confidence and just start the process of self-love, I think.
100% agree. I think of myself in my teenage years and going into, man, if a girl thought I was cute or pretty or whatever, I was like, score, like I'm feeling good about myself. Like, this is awesome. As opposed to questioning it, and you're never sure. You look in the mirror unless you have this huge ego, which I had an ego, but it was developing at that time. Thankfully I've knocked it back down to size now, working on it still. But in any case, that it just helps.
Hey, I'm really sorry to butt in like this, but I know you're gonna love this, and I'm too excited to not share it with you right now. And that is Spencer's Energy Hub. Yeah, that's right, Spencer's Energy Hub. It is a community. It's the Jonesin 4 community. You're listening to the Jonesin 4 show or watching it, right? And now there's a community designed for you to have success. We want you to live your life to the max. And we can help you. We can help you do that through the tips, techniques, and strategies we share in this show, but also within this Energy Hub. So what is it? Well, it is a membership crew that's a family, right? We are a community who are there to support you, be in your corner when times get tough and when times are awesome. But there's more. You get weekly trainings. You get help, strategies, and ways to help you actually implement what you learn to have success so you can live your life to the max. Oh, and there's monthly interviews with experts and masters in their field sharing their knowledge with all of you so you can really take it, implement it, and have success in your life and go up that mountain faster and better than you could have before. You're here now, which is awesome. Now, take it to the next level and join us at Spencer's Energy Hub. Go there and find out what it all entails and all that and sign up to join, just go to spencersenergyhub.com or spencermjones.com. You can find it there and click on it and make sure you check it out and join us in the hub. Can't wait to see you inside.
So you're 16-year-old, you're getting some attention, you're feeling good, you have a drive, a little more passion inside, where does that lead you specifically, and to go like, okay, how am I going to overcome these obstacles? I've lived 16 years of going through the motions. Now I have this energy, this passion. What do you do with it?
I think I kind of disconnected it. So to get through, especially being Indian as well, in a British society, in a Western society, I think I only just realized. I mean, I was kind of this lockdown has been brilliant because it has made me become introspective, and I had certain issues and I didn't realize where they were coming from, and part of them was because I didn't know how to relate being Indian in a Western society. It was hard. So I mean that is one aspect of it, and the second was I didn't talk about myself to other people. So again, I'm literally my best friends. I've known them since I was 16, and they're still my friends now. And they realized that there's so many things that I didn't tell them, and they just had to learn on their own over time. So I had this kind of thing where if a need to know basis. If you don't need to know something, I don't need to tell you. And I think that was a large part of me coming out of myself, and also pushing myself through it, because my friends used to go out. They've been going out probably for a year or so, and I'd never, because I was small, I didn't think that people would let me in the club. They'd think I was young. But then when I did turn 16, we kind of started going out together, and we used to walk for a mile, and it was painful. But I wanted to do it because I wanted to act, I wanted to be a normal 16-year-old and going out with my friends and then go dancing, and then I'd come back home and I'd just be in pain literally all night. It would just be so painful. And then the next day, like Sunday, would just recover, and then back to college on Monday. So I forced myself to do it because I saw the benefit. I was like, no, this is leading somewhere. I want to do this now because I think it'll be better for me in the process, even just for my mind mentally. So I think, yeah, it was forcing myself to do the hard things. Yeah.
I love it because you have to force yourself in life. Those hard things are there, those options are there, and so many of us people who aren't living their life to the max, who aren't going for it, they shy away from it. They don't want to take that leap. They don't want to do the hard work to get the results, right? They just want it to come to them, or just not even bother. But by putting in that hard work, by saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to jump in, or whatever it is for you, that's when you start seeing results. That's when that passion, that energy really starts to grow. I know I have people ask me, like, Spencer, how do you have so much energy? Well, it's because I chase my passions. I take those leaps and go for it. So it's great to see that that's how you really transitioned your life. Is, okay, I have these opportunities. I had this aha moment, this light bulb moment, and now, okay, now I need to make choices. Am I going to go for it? Am I not? By making that choice that I'm going for it, now you're seeing more growth, more energy. And while it's painful, right, going out dancing and walking and all that, you're going, okay, but I'm getting stronger. I'm getting better physically and mentally because of it. So how do I ask this? How would you help someone who's struggling with this? They're feeling stuck. They're feeling like they are just going through the motions of life right now, whether it's because who knows? I mean, a plethora of reasons could be making a person feel like they're stuck and just going through motions. What advice can you offer them to help them have that light bulb moment?
Well, I think the one thing that we have right now, we didn't have, about 20 years ago, or no, that's wrong. It was there, but we didn't, it wasn't kind of mainstream, was this law of attraction theory. And
Mm.
what you think about happens. I mean, it's a fact. We've all gone through this. I mean, you can debate it or not. It is a fact. So, and I wish I'd known this from when I was younger, because I've spent my whole life trying to find a purpose and what's the meaning of my life. And especially being Indian, thinking about karma, and I must have done something in a previous life, and that now I'm stuck with it. And I think, no, absolutely, even if you did, even if past lives, absolutely, I believe in that. But you can change your life right now, and it's all to do with the mind, and it's a mindset. So I've been through depression where you're just stuck, and you can, and it's just easy to stay in that way of being and thinking. And it then, but the problem is the deeper you fall, the tougher it is to come out of that. So if you can catch yourself, this is what I do. If I catch myself going into a depression, I know it's not a nice place to be. And the way that I do that is just change my thoughts one little bit. And the one little thing that you can do is do something nice. So go out into nature or listen to an uplifting song, isn't it? Or write something nice about yourself in your journal, or meet friends, and something like that. Or if you have no friends, or you don't feel like you have no friends, just do something to lift yourself up that makes you feel good. Like I love comedy, so I love watching Friends. Even though I've watched it like about a billion times every episode, it still makes me laugh. So when I'm feeling just a little bit down, I kind of like watch an episode, because that just lift, and laughter really is an amazing thing for the mind to do. So I would suggest that if anybody is in that situation where they just do not know what to do next, I would say just do one nice thing for yourself, just to make yourself lift out. And then it just spirals, because the more you can do that, more focus on, I mean, people tend, so it's a bit of a long-winded answer, but if people tend to focus on the negative stuff, like all the things that are going wrong in their life, but if you have just one thing that you can see the positive in, focus on that one thing, and then you'll be so amazed that everything, not every, well, the things that will start to get better, just in your mind as well, and in reality. So yeah, the mind is a powerful thing, and that's what I like to just put out to everyone, and kind of help them to understand that they are responsible for, and I know people don't want to listen to this or maybe believe what I'm saying, but you are responsible for where you are. And if you take responsibility, I know, and that's the thing, isn't it? But actually, taking responsibility is so powerful, because it makes you feel like you are in control. So when things are going bad, yes, okay, fine, but I'm in control, so I'm going to turn this around. So if you take responsibility, don't blame everyone else, don't blame the world, just, you can change things. And I'm a big believer of that.
So I did not prompt her for any of these answers, anything like that, just so you all know. But if you've listened or watched the show at all for any length of time, that's my exact thoughts. The law of attractions is 100% true. It is out there. You create your future, what happens to you, and how you see the world. It's all about positivity, and there's negativity. What you give your energy to, that's what you get more of. So if you're giving your energy to the negative, you're going to get more negativity in your life. If you give your energy over to the positive, well, you're going to get more positivity in your life. And I love, 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 love that you pointed out, okay, so if you're starting to feel down, stop, catch yourself, and then do something nice for yourself. Focus on those positives, something that you like to do, whether it's a show, listen to music, go for a walk. Exercise is huge for just getting out to the fresh air. For me, I would add meditation to that. So becoming present, just focusing not on the future, not on the past, but the present moment, and then looking for your gratitudes in there. Again, just going right towards those positives. But I love that you gave that and then said it's a compound effect, a spiraling effect, right? It grows and grows and grows. The more you do it, the more you feel it, the more the world calls it in. A question I have for you is, let's say someone is really struggling. They're down in the depths of the depths. They've spiraled down, and they don't feel like there's a light out there. And they're listening or watching this, and they're saying, okay, Amy said to do one thing I like for myself. Is that, or I like about myself, or positive, or any of those suggestions? Is that all they need to do and keep doing that? Or is there other things they can do when they're in that lowest of low states? They didn't catch themselves, they've hit the ground. What other suggestions do you have, or if any, to help them slowly raise themselves up?
I would say, as well as doing something nice for yourself, I'd say surround yourself with positive people. And there are and especially now that we're in this kind of technology kind of zone era, it's like join a club, join a networking group, or something that you're passionate about, a comedy club, or you just like to listen, because it's the people that you surround yourself, they can like help you and lift you up. And I'm a firm believer, I surrounded myself for so many years with people who are negative, and they're just narcissists, and they just literally everything was just like, so woe is me, and you could think, they couldn't see anything. So it's just bizarre, because I'm actually not that type of person. I am an optimistic person. To be surrounded, that kind of sucks the life out of you. So the type of people you are, yeah, that's one thing, like kind of not like I'm not saying cut people out of your life, absolutely not, but kind of go through the people that are in your life and kind of assess how they make you feel. And if they are kind of lowering your energy or making you feel down, because, nice people are not supposed to make you feel down about yourself. They're not supposed to criticize you. They're not supposed to lower your self-worth. They're supposed to raise you up, isn't it? And bring you positivity. And that helps you. So I would say that. So as well as doing something nice, surround yourself by happy, positive people, even one that you can connect with, maybe, and that's an option as well. What do you think?
I again hit the nail on the head. It's so true. Surround yourself with the people who are going to feed you energy, fill your cup, and raise you up. Not people who are narcissistic, who are negative, who are just not giving you energy. They're sucking energy and not making you feel good. And you didn't say cut ties with them, and I'm going to tell you to cut ties with them if you need.
I was being nice.
Go for it. Now, the thing is, okay, if it's a family member or something like that, you can't always, but limit your time with them. And really, as you said, look at your friend group, see who's serving you, what's not. It's hard, but then make the decision to spend less time with the people who are not serving you and spend more time with the people who are, or search for those that are. So this is a perfect segue and unintentional, but you are all welcome to join our positivity challenge group on Facebook. It's a free group. We do positivity challenges once a month, and we have, as of this recording, over 900 people who are just positive people who lift you up, surround you with love, post things, and you could comment, you could share, you could not, whatever, but then at least you have a little bit of people around you. Now, the one comment I will add to what you said is, you're doing those positive things and surrounding yourself with people, but it takes all of this, any of this, even the catching yourself, it takes action. You need to take action. You need to take that leap of faith and do the hard thing and take action. You can't just sit in your chair or couch or wherever and be mopey. I mean, you could sit there and be mopey, but you're not going to get better. You need to take that leap of faith and join the positivity challenge group, talk to your friends, just look at your friends, even just analyze it, and then, okay, I'm making the conscious decision to spend more time with this person and not this one or whatever. But you need to take that leap of faith, because that's when the learning and growth will happen. And the law of attraction, well, it's already working in your favor no matter what, whether it's negative or positive, but that's how you start switching it to the positive.
I like that action. I always forget to say that word, so it's in my head and I'm kind of talking around it. Take the action. I like that.
This has been so awesome. It's been great to get to chat with you and share your journey and your message with the Jonesin 4 tribe and family. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, and it's been great talking to you and meeting you. I see you on Facebook now. I can put the personality. Yeah.
Right. It's been fun. It's fun when you're able to chat with each other and put the face with the name and name with the face and personality and all that good stuff. Yeah. I have 2 last questions for you, maybe 3. The first one is, if you could give any piece of advice to help someone live their life to the max, to improve their life, make it awesome, what would it be?
Live their life to the max. Well, again, it is. First, when I say it's taking action, it is taking action and doing. You know what? I've done so many things out of my comfort zone because I know it's going to lead to better things. So I would say step out of your comfort zone, because that is where the magic happens. As soon as you don't feel comfortable, you know it's going to work.
I think we're family and we just don't know it. We totally have the same point. That's awesome. I absolutely love it. Where can people learn more about you, follow you, get your CDs, your albums, your singles, and just learn more about your voiceover stuff and just be around you and your awesomeness?
Oh, well, I have a website at www.amysinha.com. That's Sinha. But I'm also on social media, so Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. So just type my name in there. So yeah, come say hello, come give me an email, and yeah, I'll be happy to chat. Especially if you say that you've watched this podcast. If you watch Spencer's podcast, yes, I'm extra happy.
Yeah, love extra happiness. You can't go wrong with extra happiness. So, folks, we will put her website and some of her links to her social media, Instagram, Facebook, and all that in the show notes for this episode. So, if you can't remember amysinha.com, well, don't worry. You can go to our website, spencermjones.com. That might be longer. It's longer to spell it. spencermjones.com. Look for the Jonesin 4 show. Click on this episode, and you could read all about it. We'll have all the post, a blog post about this, going over everything she said, plus her links, so you could join us and follow and do all that good stuff. So, Amy, this has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I'll speak to you again sometime.
Yo, definitely. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. Have an amazing day. And until next time, we will catch you all later.